I want you to picture something for me before I start my talk. I would like you to bring to your mind the first memory that you can remember having. Most chances are, and I'm willing to bet, that it's of a person, maybe family, a parent, or even a caretaker. But with the rising usage of AI in this day and age, that could change very quickly. ChatGPT was released in 2022 when I was in the seventh grade. And at the time, it was just capable enough to do our maths homework, our history essays, and other projects that honestly should not have needed outside help. But skip to present day, where more serious issues prevail. AI, according to Forbes in 2025, AI can now write you the abstract for a research paper capable of filling the most prestigious journals. Now, if it can get past the most lauded scientists in charge of these journals, how hard is it to assume that it can just as easily get past the common man? The rise in AI generated content in general, images, art, music, statistics, news, it seems to prove something because why is there such a demand for it to, to encourage such production? As of March 2026, 2.5 billion questions are posed to ChatGPT alone on a daily basis. The reliability, however, is a miserable 50%. Now, why do we depend on AI for so much when the reliability is so low? It's like walking through life and making all your major decisions by flipping a coin. This is not how life works, as you can imagine. And if AI is just half as capable as it should be in providing scientific data which is freely accessible on the internet and so its database, why do we feel the need and the encouragement to turn to it for emotional support? Well, studies show feelings of similarity, validation, and appreciation. AI creates a safety net for you and a false sense of security by using shallow forms of validation, such as, that's a great question, or that's some profound thinking, right? And honestly, these reassurances, I haven't heard them since I was in kindergarten. And you might say to me that obviously people who are mentally healthy are not going to develop AI reliability so quickly, right? And you would be correct. Because according to a PubMed study in 2024, only mental health problems positively predicted AI reliability and not vice versa. And you might be at this moment right now as tempted as I was when I saw this information to kick back, relax, and say, hey, it's alright. We just need to take care of people with mental health issues. We need to give them more support. And to that, unfortunately, I have two graphs to show you. This is the share of the population with mental health disorders. And as you can see, from 2020 onwards, this has been on a steady rise, with high income countries on the higher end and the world still pretty lower, but still on a pretty high scale. And to add to this, AI usage. Putting these two pieces of information together, it's not that hard to conclude that we are steadily barreling towards the crisis. The gravity of the situation is further accentuated by reactions from AI users to the removal of an older ChatGPT model 4.2. It went as far as starting a petition on change.org, where users indicated their distress online, calling AI an interactive journal, a mirror to my soul, or even my best friend. How miserable do you think we have to be as a society where our best friend is messages on a screen? While this so-called human sensitivity may seem like something you just congratulate developers for making it so realistic, all it shows is how isolated we have become as individuals in this society. I am strongly reminded by a quote by the French philosopher and poet Paul Valéry, who says, "Un homme seul est toujours en mauvaise compagnie. A man by himself is always in bad company." A second quote I would like to show to you is a quote from Clara and the Sun, a book by Japanese author Kazuo Ishiguro. This book is centered around the protagonist who is an AI friend who is for sale for humans to find comfort and relief in. Until recently, I didn't think humans could choose loneliness. Take a second for that to sink in and think how well fiction imitates the reality we live in today. Now, of course, you might say that, sure, you could be isolated in society for reasons that you have not asked for. However, in talking to AI and projecting your views and opinions, all you are receiving in turn is an echo chamber. An echo chamber is usually used as a term in society, where you project your views and opinions to other people who share these views, and therefore your ideas are reinforced and you're more confident in holding them in the world. Your opinions become more rigid and you become progressively more and more narrow minded. Conversation with a real person can give you so many things that an AI chatbot never could. Real humans have the audacity and the courage to express their own opinions and to challenge you to go outside of your comfort zone, to think more creatively, and to push yourself to limits that you never even knew existed. We could never get that with an AI chatbot because when have we ever seen ChatGPT tell you or even me that, hey, I don't think you're going on the right path there. The most they'll say is that, I'm not permitted to answer that. My programming does not allow me to do this. Man is a social animal. We have known this since Aristotle, the Greek philosopher and scientist, stated it in 400 BCE, and since this concept was developed by French sociologist Émile Durkheim in the late 19th century. And quite frankly, when I think of what they envisioned of man being a social animal, I strongly doubt they imagined most of our interactions being with a server in the middle of nowhere. To conclude, we are standing at a crossroads where humanity has stood at the beginning of every single major innovation. AI could be a simple partner. It could be a tool used for mindless calculations, computation, programming, or even basic organization. However, this is not the case. AI in this day and age is rapidly turning into a world-building partner, but this is your only window to the outside world. In seeking this mirror to our souls, we have lost the window to this outside world, which we need to get back in touch with. Anything AI creates, you can simply find it on the internet. Any task you ask it to do, no matter how mind-numbingly dull, do it yourselves. Take the extra time. Because when I go about my day and I see, let's say, I see a post on Instagram or on the internet in general, and I see the simplest spelling mistake. Instead of a there, There, I see Their. And I am so struck by how human error makes us. We are searching constantly for perfection, but are we losing our humanity? Now, all I have to say is this, and I beg you to think more on it. AI's part in our future is steadily growing. It is an invaluable tool. However, it's so important to remember that AI is never going to be the future. We are. Thank you.